Hey guys, welcome back to Show Me How Beauty. Today I'm going to do a tutorial featuring a cool tone sort of smoky eye using sort of greys and blues and purples, sort of that palette. So to begin with, I'm going to use my Super City Block SPF 30 from Clinique, just because I will be going out for the rest of the day. So I like to wear sunscreen every day. It's just super important, guys. Can't stress it enough, like so important. So over the top of my sunscreen, I'm going to go in with my Clarins Instant Light Perfector in 00 Rose Shimmer. It's a really nice base. It gives you a beautiful glow. So I'm going to use that over the top. So for foundation today, I'm going to actually mix two. I've got Clinique Stay Matte in the colour 09 Neutral, and I have got Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation in 4.5 Warm Natural. So I'm going to mix them together because this is a little bit more neutral toned, and with the fake tan that I've got on, I'm quite sort of warm, so I need to get that undertone right. So I'm just mixing them together. I did this yesterday and I got lots of compliments on, like, asking what was on my skin. So you know, if people are asking what it is, then it must look good. So I'm just using, this is a buffing brush from Crown Brush. For eyebrows today, I'm going to mix it up a bit. I'm using my spiked brow pencil from MAC, and I'm just going to run that through with fine sort of flicks. I've sort of got a bit of a shape there, and then I'm just going to give it another brush through so that it's more subtle and soft. Move on from the eyebrows and come back to them later. They're pretty full on today. I'm actually just going to run a bit of the Eyeko brow gel through them, just to sort of make it a bit more about the hairs. Underneath my brow bone, I'm just going to run a little bit of the MAC Chromographic Pencil in NC15, NC20, just underneath, just to sort of give a really fresh, lifted appearance. Just going to go in with a little flat shader brush and just give it a blend underneath. So for an eyeshadow base, I'm using the MAC Painterly Pro Longwear Paint Pot. Just on my finger, I'm just going to press that over the lid and pretty much, not all the way to the brow bone, but blend it up. And a little bit underneath the eye. So today I'm using the Stila Eyes of the Window eyeshadow palette in Spirit, and this is what it looks like here. Just going to take a little bit of this vanilla shade here and just blend it across the eyelid, just to sort of set that paint pot and give us something to sort of work into. I'm then going to go in with a little bit of this neutral sort of crease shade. Excuse my nail polish, it's horrendous. And I'm going to rub that through. I keep saying rub that through today. I don't know why. I'm just going to blend that through the crease, just sort of roughly. It's going to give us something to, well, it's a transition colour, and it's just going to give us something to blend our other colours into later. And I'm choosing this one because it is more of a cool, it's neutral, but it's not very warm at all. If anything, it's probably more of a cool tone. I'm going to take a little bit of that under the eye again. So following that crease colour, I'm just going to take a little bit of this Makeup Forever eyeshadow in the colour RH30A, or these never have numbers or names on them. Anyway, it swatches sort of like a colour like this. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it, a bit of a sheen, so it's a really pretty colour. And I'm taking that on the same blending brush. It's a DMT 160 Designer Makeup Tools brush, and I'm just going to blend that sort of on the outer edge and then bring it onto the lid. Pretty much all over the lid, but we're avoiding that inner area here. The Makeup Forever eyeshadows are really good, so I would recommend them, and you get a much larger amount of product than you would with a MAC eyeshadow. Just to give me a bit of colour on the lid, I'm going to go in with the MAC Black Ground Paint Pot, and this is what it looks like. It's got a bit of a grey iridescence about it. It's not really iridescence, it's more like a metallic sheen, a grey metallic sheen. Taking that on my trusty angled liner brush from Priceline. I'm going to blend that along the lash line upwards, dragging it upwards and outwards. All the way into the inner corner, and then at the inner edge I'm just going to start blending up, up, up. So I've pretty much done like a winged eyeliner, but I'm going to blend it. To blend, I'm going to take a little bit of this dark grey shadow from the Stila eyeshadow palette. So you pretty much use a bit of shadow and just rub back and forth. Because we're going to really build the colour. Sort of go between your angle brush applying the colour and your little flat shader brush to sort of blend it around, smear it out. So from there, I'm going to go in with a little bit of this dark blue shade from the Stila in the Light palette, and I'm going to take that on a flat shader brush. Any flat shader brush will do. Just going to press that on the outer edge there. So I'm just sort of doing the same sort of thing as we were doing with the paint pot, but we're blending it across a bit further. Just using that same flat shader brush to sort of blend it across. Just going with that blending brush that I used earlier that already has the eyeshadow on it and blending that top edge. And that's why I did put those eyeshadows on already, so it gives us something to blend into. Just taking a little bit of that paint pot under my eye. Giving it a bit of a blend with that little flat shader brush. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit more of this eyeshadow from Makeup Forever. Take that on a small fluffy brush. This is a Designer Makeup Tools 46106 tapered crease brush. Quite a lot. And then just, I'm going to dust that over the inner portion of the eye, pretty much. Today I'm using the Clinique Brush On Cream Liner in black. I'm really just blackening the lash line. Okay, so I've done my eyeliner. Now I'm just going to clean up under my eye area so I can go in and finish up the rest of my thing. That buffing brush again. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Kitten eyeshadow, which is this one here, just on my little finger, and I'm going to press a little bit of that into the inner corner of the eye. I should have done that after concealer. So for concealer today, I'm going with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in Creamy Beige. This is the yellow toned one that I used in my last tutorial. For concealer, I'm actually going to go in with this synthetic domed powder brush from Designer Makeup Tools. It's number 30. You can turn it sideways. Just take your time. And I'm really just doing it in that V shape. Today I'm using the Dior Addict It Lash in black. We'll be applying some false lashes. So I'm not going to worry too much, but if you're not wearing false lashes, make sure to use a nice volumizing mascara. So for a bit of pressed powder, or to set my sort of concealer and everything, I'm just going to go in with the Revlon Colorstay pressed powder in medium deep. I haven't used this one before, I don't think, so I'm just going to take that on that same brush I used for concealer. So for a little bit of colour across the face, I'm going to take my Studio Care Blend pressed powder in the colour dark. I'm going to take this chisel brush C142, I think that this is from Crown Brushes, and blend that across the cheek. And the forehead, sort of where the sun would hit. We're not really using it to contour. It's more to bring in a bit of colour to match the body. So for my contour today, I'm going to take my contouring kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going to use this colour here and this colour here blended together. I'm using a angled blush brush from Smashbox. I find it picks up colour quite well, that's why I like it. The most annoying thing about this palette is it doesn't have a mirror. Imagine if that was a mirror, it'd be so good. A little bit through the forehead, the temple. Just going to go in with a little bit of this light colour here and just blend it under the eye area, just to reinforce that highlight. So for a cheek highlight, I'm using my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the colour Opal. Just going to take that on the same face brush I use for my concealer and my powder, and I'm just going to use the tiniest amount and dust it on the top of the cheekbone. So with the Coral Sugar 45 blush from Bobbi Brown, I'm just going to take my Smashbox brush and dust it across the cheek. Always look and see how it's looking compared to the other cheek. That's really the aim of the game. You want to see the difference that it's making. So it's giving me a nice glow. This side's looking quite boring compared to this. Okay, so for lipstick today, I think I'm going to mix two together. I know that's probably really annoying, but sometimes as a makeup artist, that's what you have to do to get the colour that you want. So here I have Cosmo from MAC. It's an amplified lipstick. Go like that, you can see it there. It's really pretty. And then here I have Taffeta by Bobbi Brown. Like that, you can sort of see. So I'm just going to mix them a little bit. I'm going to go in with Cosmo first. I'm not using a lip brush today, but I'm going in with Cosmo just on sort of the outer edges. It's very sort of grown up. Then I'm going to go with my pink in the middle of the lip. I'm going to go with the 572 lashes from Model Rock, and these are actually the exact ones I used in my last tutorial, but they're really light and they're 100% human hair, so they're good for people that like have a bit of a problem with like the weight of the lash on your eyelid. If that really annoys you, then these are good for that. So with my lash applicator, I'm just going to press that into the middle of the lash, let it sit there for a second. The same on the other side. So thanks for watching today, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial where I sort of used a few sort of colours that I wouldn't usually use, those blues and those cool tones. So for those girls out there that love that sort of look, this is for you. And I hope that you've enjoyed it. And if you want to see any more looks like this, then subscribe to Show Me How Beauty and leave a comment below the video letting me know what you would like to see. And I'll see you next time on Show Me How Beauty. Bye.